Hi everyone, so today we are going to be planting on the seeds that we planted 2 weeks ago. So we'll be talking through how to do that to ensure that the plant stays healthy and gets bigger, and so you get a nice harvest from those plants. So the first plant we are going to look at is the radish. So as you can see, this has got very big, too big for the pot, and the way we know when it's ready to plant on is when it's got more than two what are called true leaves, and these are the leaves that appear after the first two leaves. Anyway, as you can see, hopefully, each one has got about 4 leaves, so I've left it a little bit late and I should have done it a bit sooner, but that's okay, we're doing it now. And what you'll need is a lolly stick or something equivalent, and what we're going to do is try and tease out each plant with this. So we put it in there, go around the plant. Oh, wasn't expecting that. So it might pop out like that, that's okay. And then ideally when you're handling it, if you can, try not to touch the roots because they're very delicate. So we can just ease them apart and make a little hole in here and just pop it in. Don't press it too hard because again we're trying to protect the roots. With the radish we need to plant these an inch apart. So about there, pop it in. So there we go. And they should be ready to harvest in a couple of weeks. And the next thing we'll be planting on is rocket. And these are the plants that we sowed again about 2 weeks ago. And they've got about, I'd say, 4 true leaves, with those 2 leaves there in the middle being the first leaves that came out. So we're going to do the same thing, and we're just going to ease around the plants. Now these do need a bit more room if we want to get them to full size, so they need 15 centimetres apart. Because I don't actually have very much room on my windowsills, I'm going to plant them a bit closer and get smaller plants. But they do need a bit more room than this. And generally what you do, which I don't like doing but it's a good idea, is you take off the weaker ones. Feels a bit brutal, but basically they're less likely to succeed and it gives a bit more room for the other ones. So I'm going to take off a few of those. Right, same thing, make a little hole in there. Avoid touching the roots. And just push it in gently. And there we go. So I've decided to put 4 plants in there to give them enough space. And yeah, so hopefully when they get to about this size, so what's that, about 3 inches, I should be able to start harvesting those for my salad. And the last thing we'll be planting on are the peas that we sowed. So as you can see on this side, they've done really nicely and are happy, but here I think they're a bit too crowded, so I'm going to experiment with giving them a bit more space. So here we go. So same thing, I'm just going to gently ease them out. There we go. So they should have a lot more room there, and hopefully we'll get some bigger pea shoots from those. That's done. Right, so that's all done, and now we can just look over some of the other seeds that we sowed 2 weeks ago. So firstly, we've got the basil, which is doing really well. Sadly, this fell off my windowsill, so I had to replant it. You can see it's a bit messy now, and it got a bit stressed. I didn't really like that. So I'm going to give it another week before potting it on like we've done with the other plants. So that's that, and that's the one from about a week before, so you can see that's just a bit bigger. Same thing, it fell off the windowsill. Give it another week and I'll put these both into bigger pots. Other seeds we did the cumin, which is coming up nicely. You can see they've been leaning towards the sun, and they're not ready yet to go onto a bigger pot, so they'll just stay there. Maybe for another couple of weeks actually, they're quite slow growing. This is one of the chili seeds. So the chili seeds I used, I took directly from a chili that I was just using for cooking, as opposed to the seeds I've sent you, which were official chili seeds. I didn't know if it was going to work, and it did. I've got one that's germinated, so pretty pleased with that. You can see it's gone green on the top here, so that's because I put a cover on it, plastic, just like one of these plastic tops on it, but I didn't put holes in it, so it didn't have enough ventilation, so it went a bit mouldy. So that's something that I've learned there. What else did we do? Oh yeah, we did chive and purslane seeds as well. So mine didn't germinate, and I don't know why, and sometimes that happens. Hopefully yours did, so you can show me. But I was lucky enough, I got given a chive plant. So this is what your chive plant will look like, all being well, in about a month to 6 weeks. And when it's about this height, you can start chopping it off to harvest. So that's good to know. And other plants, so we did these beans together on the video, and I'll be bringing those in to plant in the raised beds at Jason Lee House or at the allotment. And the reason for that is I just don't have the space. They need a lot of soil, and I can't grow these at home. And finally, tomatoes, which I planted on the 8th of April. So that's what, like almost a month and 3 weeks ago, and so that's ages ago. And I'll be bringing these in as well, so we can enjoy these tomatoes together. So that's it for today. And you know, lockdown sort of coming to a slow end, so hopefully see you all soon, and I hope you're all keeping very well. Take care, bye.